everybody, this is Jennifer and this is David with David Christopher's. We've had several people request that we do a video on how to decorate a Christmas tree that's not time-lapse, so it's not going really fast. So this video may be a little lengthy. Bear with us if you want to see some of the tricks and tips that David uses when he designs a Christmas tree. And I'm mainly going to be his helper and assistant, handing him things and helping him in that way. So let's get started. He's already added a few things to this tree. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how you decided where to put those things?
Well, I mostly just like to space things out. So you want to make sure that they're not things, you know, exactly on the same level next to each other, that are the same color, same item, because it starts to look really odd if there's two things just there. So what I like to do is I like to place one, you know, here, and then, you know, for this size tree, I'm gonna maybe go down about 18 inches to one side, kind of diagonally, and then we'll go to the other side.
Okay. So I separate these stems out for him. It makes the job go a little bit faster so he's not trying to untangle the ends. And I pick them up off the floor when they fall. So this tree goes all the way around. Every side of the tree will be decorated. You can only see this one side for the video, but it is a tree that all of the sides will be decorated.
And this side right here is actually the front, because you may not be able to see, but there's about a 20-foot entranceway below us. This is a landing, and the tree faces the entryway.
All right. So we have these glitter gold branches that he's going to add next. There's not a lot of room at the top for a tree topper, but you can, if your ceilings are low, you can work with these pieces and push them down farther into the tree so that they are, it's not too tall. All of our stems, for the most part, have wire in them, so you can bend them and shape them, whatever works for you.
If I look this way, it's fine. If I look this way, it's like 35 feet down.
It's a little scary. I'll show you this area that he's working in here. So if you look past his feet, it goes down there. So yeah, we don't want him to fall off the ladder for sure. It's always good to have somebody helping you when you're doing jobs like this. Not sure I could catch you though if you start to fall.
No, probably not.
So,
Probably a good idea just to get out of the way.
it's a good idea that I'm not the one on the ladder because I'm not the most graceful person. Don't tell anyone, but I've broken one ornament while we're here. That's a pretty good record, only one. And David's a little more careful and cautious, and I'm more moving a little faster than I need to sometimes. And so I don't need to be on the ladder. And we have one more of this glitter branch. that he's just spaced these out on the tree. Let's see if I can get you a little better view of the tree. Again, they're not all in one place. You want to make sure that you do spread out the items that are light items on the tree. And he's moving. Oops, sorry. This is a little makeshift video today. We did not have this planned. Okay, so we are moving on to the glitter champagne feathers. These are really fun. He's going back to the top of the tree to work on the tree topper and placing these inside. I'll make sure that at the end I get a really good close-up of the whole thing so you can see a little better. We have about 7 of these to work with.
But you can make a tree topper as elaborate as you want to. You can always add more, but sometimes you can do it if you add some thicker pieces in. You don't necessarily have to use as much. But this one had room to be a little bit more spread out. So.
So he's reaching around the top of the tree to add some of these in. A lot of people would prefer to just move their ladder around. It would be a lot less reaching. Or if you're don't have quite the reach that he does with his long arms, that might be a better option for you than trying to reach around the top of the tree. Okay. So that's the last piece of that. Let me show you a little better view of what's going on at the top. You can see it's starting to come together, but he still has a few more things that he's going to add in. Okay, so what do you have now?
So now I've got some metallic fig leaves with crab apple. And
Close up of that.
they're a nice, elegant touch into the tree. But they kind of cover a lot of ground, so I tend to put them more toward the tips of the tree, because if you stick them really far up in there, you just can't see them almost at all. So I really just put them at an edge and then wrap a piece of pine around them to hold them in place.
So you can actually use the branches on the tree to hold your items in place, your pieces in place. So that way you're not dealing with a lot of floral wire and things like that. And disassembling it is easier when you've just wrapped the pine that's already in your tree around those stems. And these can be what we call fluff, where you pull things apart. Some people are really afraid to bend their pieces. They're afraid they will break them, but all of these products are designed to move and to have movement. So don't be afraid to move your product, bend your product to get the look that you're looking for in your tree, because that's what they're made to do. So I'm just trying to fan these out a little to be helpful, letting him decide where he wants to put them, but then they're ready to go whenever he gets to that piece. and so that makes the process a little faster. Okay, so that's the end of that particular product. We will move along to the next piece.
And this is glittered lycopodium. I've already added some of this into the tree in various places, but I'm going to add a couple pieces into the top to kind of fill in this gap where you can see some of the stems, because when I add a lot of things into the top of a tree, sometimes a little hiding of the stems is necessary.
And do you happen to know that the average retail price on lycopodium on this piece?
It's either $3.99 or $4.99.
Okay, so it's about $3.99 or $4.99, but it covers a lot of ground. It's a really pretty stem to use. And he didn't need my help on that piece, so I'll just stand here and smile.
And this is a metallic glittered fern, so most of the stems that are in the top at the moment are a little bit of a silvery champagne color, and this has a little bit more of a gold finish to it. So I'm going to add it in so I get a little bit more gold up in the top here.
This is what he's adding in. So that is looking fantastic. You still have a few more pieces to add to the top?
I do. I'm going to add some ribbon to the top. Not a bow, but a few loops of ribbon just to kind of fill in some of the space up there.
Okay.
But I do. Yeah, pine cone.
Okay, so these are some glitz pine cone, like mini pine cone stems that we're going to add into the tree. So you can see they may be a little thin, but they spread out and cover a lot of space. So we're going to add those in, or should I say David's going to add those in. It's neat how it starts to come to life and take on shape and form the more things that you add. You can add as much or as little as you want. Some people really like over the top. Some people like a little more simple. So whatever you're going for, it's whatever you like. It's your preference. So we're not judging you. Whatever you like is okay with us. Isn't that right?
That's right.
It's kind of like it's kind of like art where you see paintings and you may like realism, someone else may like abstract. It's all in beauty's in the eye of the beholder type of thing for us. So everyone has different tastes, everyone likes different styles of trees. Some people like a lot of ribbon in their trees. David's adding some ribbon to this tree. He's working in the top of the tree, if you can see him working that in. And then he's just going to work it throughout the tree. One big tip that we have about ribbon though is you don't want to take your ribbon and just roll it around the tree like it's been toilet papered. And it's usually not advisable to run your ribbon straight down the tree. Now if that's what you like and you want to do that, that's fine. But if people ask our opinion and say, how should I do my ribbon? I guess one of David's pet peeves is the toilet paper roll ribbon, and then also ribbon that just goes straight down a tree. So it needs to flow around the tree in a pattern as opposed to just going straight down. And he'll show you how to do that and what he's going to do to make that work.
So I do have ribbon kind of cut in strips for this tree, and I use some of the smaller pieces in the top because it makes it easier to work with, because just up here a little bit I need just a few small pieces. I don't need a lot at this particular place. So I'm just going to kind of curl the ribbon around and add a little loop up there, because that helps hide my stems where I put all the thicker branches into the top of the tree, and you don't want people to really be able to see that. So I use that kind of hide where I've placed things sometimes.
So what he did to the end of the ribbon at the top was just roll it like this, very simple. And so when it hangs, it's just rolled at the end. So it doesn't have to all be cut at a diagonal or snipped in different ways. You can basically just roll the end, and it's a very pretty look.
And when I'm using two ribbons like this, I tuck the ribbon back in. I use a piece of pine to hold it in place. But I put them on together, and then you just want to pull it apart so you see both ribbons. You don't want to be able to see just one, have one completely covering the other. And what I'll do is, when I have this one on top, because I can run it down the entire tree like this, and then I'll pull this one this way and pull the other one the other way so that it kind of alternates.
So he's back on the ladder, working with the ribbon. Ribbon is a great way to take up space in a tree. It's usually a little less expensive way to take up space in the tree. So he's tucking that ribbon into the tree. We have a separate video that shows you how to do this step by step. So check that video out if you need more help with your ribbon and what we call the tuck and twist method. This ribbon is really pretty. It has some gold and music notes. It's a really formal and elegant tree. How often would you say someone should consider changing out their Christmas tree decor? How many years does a style typically last?
Generally, I would say about 5 years, 4 to 5 years, something like that. Depends on if you buy everything for the tree at one time, or if you add a little bit at a time.
And sometimes customers come in and they get started with some of the products, and then each year they come back and add more in. And some of the products are pretty timeless. They've lasted longer than 4 or 5 years and can still look good and stylish in your tree, just depending on what it is.
Well, some customers prefer more traditional styles, and some customers prefer more something that goes more with their decor. If they've remodeled their house recently or bought new furniture or repainted their house, they may find that they have, cool colors in their house instead of warm colors, and the reds and greens and golds don't necessarily go with them as well as they did when they had, warmer tones, browns and golds and greens in their house. So it really just depends on the customer. Everybody's a little bit different. So now we're going to start adding some ornaments to the tree because we've finished with most of the sprays. I only save usually one or two to the very end. And these are like a 6-inch disc shape that has a Santa on the front.
And these particular ornaments are fairly break resistant.
Yeah.
The material is, if I drop this, which I don't want to break another ornament, but if I happen to drop this, it's not going to break. But it looks really delicate to me, but it's not. We like to design products and sell products that hold up, that aren't particularly fragile. We do have some fragile products, but a lot of our products can stand a few bumps along the way. One more Santa. So now he's grabbing some smaller ball ornaments. The cream color is a very popular. He unplugged the tree.
Pick the plug.
The cream color is a very popular tree color. As of right now, a lot of people are doing creams and informal spaces, and you see a lot of homes with the lighter colors. The walls maybe are a gray or some of the lighter colors versus what we were seeing is more trendy. How many years ago were the browns and neutral, the more browns and...
It was 7 or 8, 9 years ago, something.
Yeah, like 9 years ago, everybody wanted to paint their homes like a tan color or neutral colors, which neutral colors are still what we see a lot of, but it's even lighter than what we were seeing, like 9 years ago. I'm going to be very careful with these ornaments because these are actually the homeowner's ornaments, and they are glass, so this is actually not an ornament that we carry, but it is pretty. And she bought them from us?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We just don't have them.
We don't currently have them in stock, but they are pretty. They have some snowflakes on them, glittery. Yeah, I'm going to be very careful. So the layers are continuing to come together. I'll show you a closer look at what all's going on this tree. Okay, so now he has some glittered Queen Anne's lace stems. And these are very elegant and sparkly. He's only working with about 5 of these. Sometimes you don't need large quantities of each item. Some you may want to double up on, and some you just need a few to add a touch. Even the leaves are glittery. They glimmer. And as you can see, he's going back to that spacing everything out in the tree. Sometimes it almost starts to take more of the shape of a triangle in how he decides what to put where on the tree. Is that accurate?
Somewhat.
And then sometimes he's like, he can't really tell you why he decides, he just does. So a lot of it just is having, an eye for what looks good, what's aesthetically pleasing. So these are some small crosses with crystals. And there's probably about a dozen of these that he's going to add. See, I have a very important job. He's laughing at me.
Quietly.
Quietly.
I don't want to get started.
This one doesn't have a hanger. You want me to make one out of some wire?
No, that's okay. I can make it.
I don't know if I showed you the close-up of this. It's very pretty. Sometimes if you don't have ornament hangers, if it doesn't have one or the string is gone or whatever, you can make a little ornament hanger hook for your ornaments out of floral wire. We have customers buy floral wire from us. It's not something that we stock a ton of, but we do have that for when people come in and ask for some floral wire for their DIY projects. So the poinsettia flowers, stems, this is what David says he usually always adds any kind of poinsettia last to the tree.
Well, the poinsettias have to be shaped correctly, and if you put them in first and then you add things on top of them, sometimes that shape gets misconstrued. So,
Would you believe I have a song about poinsettias?
I would believe you have a song about anything.
Percy the puny poinsettia, hanging his bloom in dismay. If only you'd kept him wetter, he'd be a houseplant today. Aren't you entertained?
Yeah, that is one. That's never been my favorite song. But it's a song about poinsettia.
I usually have a song lyric for about every situation, so David makes fun of me for that. Because I burst out into a random song a lot. I try to refrain on these videos, but we have been decorating trees for days, and this is the last one. So why not just go for it?
Last one at this location.
Last one at this location, yes. Then we're going to head back to Alabama. We're in Tennessee right now. beautiful East Tennessee. I grew up in Southern Tennessee, so Tennessee always feels like home to me, no matter what part of Tennessee that I'm in. But Alabama's home too, so you can love both places.
You just have to root for the right team.
Just have to root for the right team, he says. Well, I'm not even going to get into all that because I don't want to lose any viewers if I call out the wrong team's name. I will say, Alabama fans are diehard. Like, I've never seen a fan so diehard as Alabama fans. And maybe Auburn too. Do you think Auburn fans are as diehard?
I don't know.
I mean, true Alabama fans plan their lives around the game. Like, I think somebody would not go to the hospital if they were giving birth if the game was on. If they were watching the Iron Bowl, they'd be like, we're just going to have to do it right here in the living room. I'm not going anywhere. We're having a home birth. Weddings are planned around the Alabama games. Probably, I guarantee you there's been funerals planned around it. You know, Aunt Betty died, and we can't have her funeral tomorrow because it's the Iron Bowl, or Alabama's playing Georgia.
That's pretty much right.
So, and Aunt Betty would probably be okay with it. If she's an Alabama fan, she'd be totally okay with it. Okay, so back to what we're talking about here. The tree. I'm going to get you a better view of this so you can really see how fantastic it looks.